All right, guys, what's going on? So I figured today I would maybe try to demo how a game like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 could potentially be rigging your games mid gunfight and applying like damage reducers. So this is like a side project that I've been working on. It's super early stages, so obviously it looks really jank, but I think it'll get the point across for what I'm trying to show you guys. So you can see here we can, shoot our gun. We have a little kill feed over there in the bottom right. Swap weapon. Got health bars with reducing HP points when you get hit markers, etc., etc. Right, so just a little basic game here. One thing to note that this is just a single player game right now. It's like a client only kind of thing going on, but the concepts are still the same if this was talking to a server or if it's not talking to a server. Like the idea of player state manipulation is something that would be happening on the server, but I can show it here very, very easily, like in a similar manner. So yeah, as you can see, once again, if I shoot this guy, his health bar goes down. He'll die when his health points run out. So if I wanted to do something like, modify some damage on the person that's shooting, or apply resistances, etc., that can all be done here on this target hit function. So some things to note are most likely the games on the back end, like on the server, they're going to have like objects that represent what players are. So in this case, we have this class here that's just defining what is a player. And in my context, a player is somebody that, has a primary weapon, they have a secondary weapon, their active weapon, what's their health, and so on and so forth. So like all of these properties, like what's their state? Are they crouched, sprinting, moving, etc., etc. So I added a fun little property here called has skins, which is a Boolean, which just means it could be true or it could be false. Like, does this player have skins or do they not have skins? This could also be a complex list of objects as well, like an array of objects. Like it could be a list of the actual skins that the player owns, and you could check all of the skins that they have and see what they are as the player loads into the lobby. Anyways, so I've set the target dummies to have skins, and I set my player up to not have skins. So we're just keeping it simple for right now. So this function called target hit will fire off every single time, well, a target is hit. So when I pull the trigger by left clicking on my mouse, it's going to shoot out. It's going to use ray tracing to shoot out a beam, and it's going to detect in space, like in physics, right? What am I making contact with? And if it just so happens to come across another entity, then this function will fire off. So in that immediate moment, I can see things like who is shooting, who got hit, and whatever other game state I want to take a look at, at this given moment. So as we can see, there's so I'm applying damage based on the the shooter's weapon, right? Because it could be depending on what the weapon is, you might need to apply different damage. And then right here, I have this code commented out that I'm about to comment in, and then I'll show you guys. But you can also see the enemy health, where they hit recently, who are they last damaged by, and so on and so forth. And then there's checks here like, okay, if the enemy health goes below 0, then you need to update the kill log to show in the kill feed like, oh, so-and-so killed so-and-so. You need to, reduce the you need to make the character model invisible, and so on and so forth. Like whatever other death animation stuff that would need to happen would go here. But I wrote this one little single line here that will show how a damage reducer might be applied. And basically, you could do a quick little check, right? Like, does the enemy have skins? And does the host, or does the current player that is shooting not have skins? Oh, if that's the case, then apply a damage reduction of 90%. So we'll see what that looks like in game. So if I was to spawn back in game with this damage reduction logic, now every time I shoot, there's going to be a check immediately to check, does this player have skins, and does this guy that's shooting not have skins? And as you can see, the damage reduction is being applied, and my bullets aren't doing as much damage, right? And that goes for all of these guys, because all of these enemies we're assuming have skins. So this kind of logic can exist. Like, it's very, very easy to do. It's just a matter of tracking what state. It's a matter of deciding what state you want to track, and then running a calculation to apply a damage modifier. That's all it's doing. So on the server, or in a multiplayer game, this is going to be happening on the server. So the server is going to be running this calculation, and then it would check all of this information based on state, and then it would decide to apply the damage multiplier or not, and then relay that back out to like you on the client, like to everybody else's game state. So yeah, I hope that helps kind of showcase like how it would potentially be implemented. Just once again, to recap, you got player state represented by these player objects. You have logic that fires off whenever a player gets hit, and you could apply damage modifiers here. That's basically the gist of it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I can make this game look a little less jank and get it hooked up to multiplayer soon, as I'm working on trying to get netcode implemented as we speak, actually. But yeah, see you guys.